few of you have said the same thing to me, is that you think that talking about things like cryptocurrency is too inaccessible, too hard for people to understand, and we should just shut up about it. And in fact, one of the things that she said is that she had a friend who noticed that Pierre Polyev was talking about this, and she said, "Let me see if I can read this to you here." She said she thanked me for the primers that I did last week, and said I was just chatting with a friend who said that Polyev needs to tone it down on that cryptocurrency because he is losing people like her because it's not well understood. So let me say a couple of things. Pierre has said very clearly that he is opposed to central bank digital currencies, but he's in favor of cryptocurrency. And for people who didn't watch my shows last week, that is going to sound like Greek to them. But I wanted to tell you the state that the world is in. One of the things that we need to be aware of is that we are on the cusp of what Time magazine said is the biggest change to the money way, how we use money, biggest change to money since the end of the gold standard. And we can't stop this from happening. This is we can't stop this from happening. Start off by showing you this this overlay, why people are so afraid of digital currencies. Each citizen is assigned 1,000 points, constantly monitored to judge their behavior and rated accordingly. So the rewards you'd have include fast tracking a work promotion. So if your score is higher, then you will get promoted at work. You will get priority status for your children's school admissions if you want to get into a particular type of school. If you'll get easier access to bank loans and consumer credit, and you will get tax breaks. So they've linked your behavior to your credit score, and those are the ways in which you benefit. Now, on the punishment side, you'd be excluded from booking flights or train tickets. You'd be ineligible for certain jobs. You'd be restricted access to public services, and you'd have public shaming on TV and social media. So that is the world that they've moved into in China. At least they're pioneering it. And so there is no question that people are terrified of what the Chinese social credit score applied to our jurisdiction, having a QR code, and they just have to flash their QR code and they can buy things at the convenience store, pay for their commuter rail tickets, or they can buy lunch at the cafeteria just by flashing their QR code. So China has already moved to that step. Now you've got the digital currency from the central bank coming in, this renminbi, and remarkably, 260 million people already within the space of a year have adopted it. So it sounds to me like, and this is what I suspect would happen in Canada as well, is that if we switched over to a central bank digital currency and made it voluntary, people would adopt it as well. It's just we are rule following people. And so and we've observed that over the last 2 years, that if government says, hey, do this, it's good, then it's going to be good. So I suspect, the reason I suspect this is happening is there's just so many advantages to governments. The advantages to governments in trying to adopt a system like this. And let me walk through with you some of those advantages. So the biggest advantage that they would have, and let me try to deal with the positives first so that you're not completely freaked out. I'll tell you one more thing that will make you completely freaked out. The World Economic Forum, yes, those guys, they did a paper back in November of 2021 talking about digital currencies. Actually, it was 233-page document, pretty serious, and it has a whole range of people who are experts in the field talking about the advantages of it. So when you have all of the largest bankers and the largest countries collaborating and talking about how to make this occur, it feels to me like we're just heading in this direction.